What is going on, guys? Joe here, back with another one, and this time we're taking a quick look at the latest S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra. If you didn't check out the last video on the new Z Flip, go ahead and check that one out. But these new devices here are going to be the next generation of the Galaxy S lineup, and by the looks of it, these are going to be all about the camera this year. Now, these new devices come packed with large screens, with the S20 coming in with a 6.2 inch display, the S20 Plus has a 6.7 inch display, and the S20 Ultra comes with a 6.9 inch display. All three screens on these are going to have the Infinity O AMOLED display with a resolution of 3200 by 1440, and the screens on these look amazing. One of the newest features on these, though, is that it features a 120 Hertz refresh rate, which can't really be shown on video here, but simply put, it is super smooth when scrolling through menus and using your device. One thing that Samsung didn't mention is that the 120 Hz refresh rate can't be used while on the highest resolution of 3200 by 1440. But if you want to enable the 120 Hz refresh rate, you will have to set it to full HD in the settings, which still looks great, but unfortunately, you can't set it at the highest resolution, which seems sort of understandable as it'll consume quite a bit of battery with the super high res screen and the high refresh rate. But I wish Samsung lets you do it either way. Just gave you maybe like a warning that it will consume battery. But nonetheless, I am a fan of the higher refresh rate and glad Samsung has brought it to their new S20 devices. Now, camera wise on these S20s, they are packing quite a bit. The S20 and S20 Plus have a 10 megapixel selfie camera on the front, while the S20 Ultra has a 40 megapixel selfie camera. Pretty crazy, but crazier is the cameras on the back. The smallest of them all, the S20, comes with a triple camera setup, a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, and a third 64 megapixel telephoto camera. So with this third 64 telephoto camera, it will give you more flexibility of being able to crop in and still get a sharp image after you took a photo, which I have to test out for myself when I get my actual hands on these devices, hopefully. But if you opt for the S20 Plus model, that one also comes with a depth vision camera, allowing it to be able to get a better depth view between objects and such. But the big beastly S20 Ultra has something more crazier as far as the rear cameras. It packs a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 108 megapixel wide angle camera, and a 48 megapixel telephoto camera. It also has the depth vision camera on it, just like the S20 Plus. But with these new S20 devices, they have a new feature called Space Zoom. This will allow you to utilize these rear cameras and be able to zoom in up to 30 times on the S20 and S20 Plus, while the S20 Ultra can go up to 100 times zoom, which is pretty crazy. Now, with the telephoto camera on these, it can do up to 10 times of optic zoom. But with the S20 Ultra and the 48 megapixel telephoto camera, Samsung says it has a folded lens and a high resolution image sensor that allows the camera to go from 10 times optic zoom up to 100 times space zoom, which, like I said, is pretty insane. How practical this will be in real life, we'll have to see, but it is pretty insane that these cameras are capable of doing that. Now, with these upgraded cameras, all the S20 devices will be capable of shooting up to 8K video, which does mean you'll get that super crisp resolution. And with these videos being at such high resolution, Samsung says you can even pull 33 megapixel still images right out of these 8K videos when you take them on the S20, which is pretty nice. One thing that was shown was their new camera feature called Single Take, which lets you shoot up to 10 seconds and you get a variety of different images and short videos that it creates on its own. So it'll use the camera AI and select which would be the best photo or video out of all of the ones that it created. And you can always go back to it in your gallery and maybe select some other video or other photo it took when you did the 10-second shot. Now, when holding these devices, they did seem pretty light, except that S20 Ultra, that one with the big old camera on the back. Not only does it protrude, but it also adds some weight to it, and it is thicker than the others. But I'm sure slapping on a case or something would help that. But just know, if you carry your device naked, no case whatsoever, then you will get that protruding camera. Now, aside from the major upgrades on the camera and the bigger screens, one last thing would be the added support of 5G. With 5G being available on major carriers, all S20 devices will have support for it, so you can take advantage of those higher data speeds where available. It'll definitely be needed if you plan on shooting in 8K and try to upload those huge files, or try to even send a file like that maybe to Dropbox or something like that. But as far as storage sizes on these devices, they will start at 256 gigabytes of internal storage, and the S20 Plus and S20 Ultra can go up to 512 gigabytes. Plus, you can add an additional micro SD card that can support up to 1 terabyte, so it can total up to 1.5 terabytes of storage. Something Apple needs to take note of, because 64 gigabytes isn't cutting it nowadays. Lastly, these devices are packing some pretty beefy batteries, with the S20 having a 4000 milliamp battery, the S20 Plus comes with a 4500 milliamp battery, and the S20 Ultra has a huge 5000 milliamp battery. Also, they'll be packing the newest Snapdragon 865 processor and be able to support up to 12 gigabytes of RAM depending on which device you go with. But Samsung has really packed many things into these S20 devices this year, except that headphone jack. In case you missed it throughout this video, because I just had to point it out, because Samsung always points it out during their event that they still have the headphone jack, but finally they've gotten rid of it. They did release some new Galaxy Buds Plus, which I received when I went to the Unpacked event. So if you want to see a video on those, let me know. Maybe do a little comparison between those and the AirPods, but those are their truly wireless earbuds. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see that. Now, these new S20s, while they pack so many awesome features and look great, they're definitely not cheap whatsoever. The S20 starts at $999, so $1,000. The S20 Plus starts at $1,200, and the S20 Ultra starts at $1,399, so $1,400 for the base one. For starting, it is pretty high. I expected them to maybe start at $800, but looks like they're starting off at $1,000. But depending on which model you go for, you can get them in different colors, because the S20 will be available in a cosmic gray, cloud blue, and a cloud pink, while the S20 Plus will be available in cosmic gray, cloud blue, and cosmic black. And the beastliest of them all will be available only in two colors, cosmic gray and cosmic black. I'm really digging that cosmic gray color though. Pre-orders do start this coming Friday, February 21st, and will release on March 6th. So I want to know, with these upgraded cameras, new features, and the $1,000 plus price tag on these, will you be upgrading to an S20 this year? I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. But other than that, that's going to wrap it up for this video. As always, if you did enjoy this video, and also if you enjoyed the early hands-on on these devices, please let me know by hitting the like button down below, as it not only lets me know that you enjoy the video, but it also shows support to the channel. But also, if you're not yet following on social media, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or anything, or if you just want to interact on those. I'm always responding back to DMs and comments, so feel free to hit me up on there. But lastly, if you feel like being awesome, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I drop a new video and you won't miss out. Anyways, I appreciate you all for watching, but I'll catch you all on the next one. All right, peace.